The Forgotten Kingdom of Ayantraya, an untold legend of an ancient king, a vanished goddess, and a destiny sewn into the sky. Prologue: The kingdom that could not exist. Long before the great civilizations we know, before even the earliest Vedic hymns were sung, there was a kingdom whispered about only in fragments of old inscriptions, Ayantraya. Strangest thing, no map shows it, no ruins confirm it, yet sages believed it existed between places, in a land that shifted like the wind. Ayantraya's people were known for only one thing: they never lied, not even to protect themselves, not even to save the kingdom. And their king, King Satvikan, the one born with truth in his bones, ruled with a clarity few humans ever possessed. But fate doesn't care for pure kings. It always tests the brightest flames. Chapter 1: The Goddess of Vanishing Light. One night, when the 3 moons of Ayantraya hung in perfect alignment, a woman clothed in dim light stepped into the king's chamber. She didn't walk, she shimmered into existence. Her name? Grini Devi, the goddess of fading lights. Every star that died, every lamp that flickered, every soul that lost hope, all returned to her. But she came not as a goddess, she came as a seeker. "King Satvikan," she whispered, "a shadow not born in my realm is spreading in yours. I can feel its hunger, and only your truth can defeat it." Satvikan bowed. "Devi, say what must be done." She placed a gleaming white stone in his palm. It felt warm, like a heartbeat. "This is the pranama stone," she said. "It reveals the truth behind anything it touches, but use it only once, for the truth it shows will cost you something precious." Before he could ask what, she vanished like a candle blown out. Chapter 2: The Shadow on the Mountain. 3 days later, shepherds fled down the hills screaming about a creature taller than trees and darker than moonless night. Horses refused to step in that direction. Birds abandoned the sky above it. Satvikan climbed the mountain himself, alone. At the peak stood a gigantic shape, a shadow with no body, a darkness that swallowed sunlight, but it spoke. "King of truth," the shadow growled. "This land was built on honesty, but your people now hide fears, hide tears, hide desires. They have begun to lie to themselves, and so I grow." Satvikan's heart clenched, because the shadow was not wrong. He reached for the pranama stone, but the shadow warned, "If you reveal the truth behind me, you will lose someone you love." Satvikan whispered, "Truth is worth any price," and he slammed the stone against the mountain. Chapter 3: When the mountain spoke. The stone's light burst open like a silent explosion. The shadow screamed, not in pain, but in recognition. When the light faded, the truth stood revealed. The shadow was the king's own twin brother, Arvayan, a brother he had never known existed. Long ago, their mother, Queen Trinetra, had been warned that only one son could rule, so the priests hid one child away, believing 2 kings born under the same star would destroy the kingdom. Arvayan grew in isolation, unloved, unseen, unclaimed by light. He became a vessel of darkness, literally. Satvikan broke. His knees gave way. He whispered, "Brother, all these years." Arvayan's voice shook with bitterness. "You were given truth. I was given shadows. Why would I not consume the world that rejected me?" Satvikan's heart cracked, yet he rose. He embraced Arvayan. The shadow flickered violently. "You still accept me?" Satvikan whispered, "A kingdom that rejects one child to protect another deserves neither." For the first time, Arvayan felt warmth, but the light of the pranama stone dimmed and a sudden wind tore across the mountainside. Chapter 5. The Price of Truth. Grini Devi appeared again, sorrow on her face. King Satvikan, you used the stone, the truth came, now its price must be paid. Her eyes glowed. Not your life, not your kingdom, but something that defines you. A golden thread rose from his chest. His voice, the gift that made him a king, the voice that carried truth, was leaving him. He tried to speak. Nothing. Silence consumed him. Arvayan screamed, "He accepted me, punish me, not him." But the goddess spoke gently. Truth always demands sacrifice, but it also heals what lies cannot. She touched Arvayan's shadowy form. The darkness peeled away like old paint. Beneath it stood a man, scarred but human. Arvayan whispered, "I am free," but his brother could not reply. Chapter 6. The Two Kings. Unable to speak again, Satvikan returned to Ayantraya. People wept, some for him, some from guilt, some because they realized how much they hid from themselves. And for the first time, the kingdom chose to crown two kings, Satvikan, the king of silent truth, Arvayan, the king of restored shadows. Together, they built a nation that embraced all sides of humanity, the bright, the dark, the broken, the healed. People learned, truth without compassion is cruelty. Compassion without truth is illusion. Only together can they save a kingdom. Ayantraya became the land where no guilt was shamed, no fear was mocked, no shadow was rejected. And the goddess visited once more to only say, "No kingdom lasts forever in the world, but some last forever in memory." And so Ayantraya faded from maps, but lived forever in the conscience of human hearts. Moral of the story. Number 1. Every person has a shadow. Ignoring it makes it stronger. Truth is powerful, but truth without kindness can destroy. Accepting the darker parts of ourselves is how real healing begins. Sacrifice for truth always leaves a light behind.